on the racetrack with the Hillbilly Motorsports number 79. Had some clutch issues earlier today in practice. Was awarded an opportunity to shake that car down, make sure it's ready for qualifying here today. Got to say a big thank you to Pace-O-Matic, our series title sponsor. Since 2000, Pace-O-Matic has assembled an incredibly talented team from top to bottom, built on the grounds of integrity, innovation, and compliance, all of which aligns perfectly with the world of motorsports. As an entertainment company that develops gaming software that players love to play, Pace-O-Matic is all about giving back to local communities, small businesses, and now motorsports. To learn more about their history, business, charitable works, and products, check out their social media outlets or visit their website at paceomatic.com. That's Pace-O-Matic, proud supporter of grassroots initiatives and proud presenting sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour. As we mentioned, 20 cars on hand here today. The defending series champion in the Pace-O-Matic 7VA for Sadler Stanley Racing. He comes back to defend his crown in more ways than one. Not only did he win the title last year, the championship for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic, but he was also the king of the modifieds. That was an inaugural event at South Boston Speedway last year. And the teenager became the king of the modifieds, presented by Pace-O-Matic last year at the home of the Bologna Burger, South Boston Speedway. And that race will occur in just a few weeks, $20,000 on the line for the winner of that event, March 22nd on a Saturday. That will be main event day at South Boston Speedway in Southern Virginia. And you can see some activity on pit road right now. The Hillbilly Motorsports team, that number 79. We mentioned that 79 car for Joey Brown. You can see his team now pushing that car. He is scheduled to be the first car out for qualifying here today. So here's how qualifying will work for the Smart Modified Tour. Each of the 20 cars here today will take time. Then the pole award winner, the fast time qualifier here today, will draw a 4, a 6, or an 8 pill out of a hat. By virtue of the number that is selected, that many number of drivers will redraw for their starting spot. So it could be the top 8 from qualifying, top 6 or top 4. And that'll shuffle up how these drivers line up after qualifying, heading into the 99-lap Zach Brewer Memorial here today at Florence. Just moments away, and you can see the 79 has made its way to the front of the grid here today. That bright orange car for Joey Brown. He'll be the first out for qualifying in just a moment. Beautiful day today in Timmonsville, South Carolina. Temperatures in the 70-degree range. Bright blue skies overhead makes me want to go grilling. And, of course, we have one of the best sponsors to help you take care of your grilling needs, and that is CitraSafe. CitraSafe is a non-toxic, biodegradable grill cleaner that was founded in 1997 under the name of Bryson Cleaner. In 2003, they rebranded to the name we know and love today, CitraSafe. You can find their products nationwide at stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart, as well as many others. Be sure to check them out for all your grill cleaning needs or on the web at CitrusSafe.com. That's CitrusSafe, proud sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour Choose Cone. If it's race season, then it's grilling season, and that means you need CitrusSafe Grill Cleaner. First car out to qualify here today will not be Joey Brown. It'll be John Michael Chenette in that number 8 machine. He's out of Worcester, Massachusetts in the 82 Services General Contractor Heinz Performance LFR machine. Chenette with a great run at New River All-American Speedway right around that Labor Day weekend. He led a bunch of laps in that event. Fell back a little bit later on at the conclusion of that race, but John Michael Chenette out of Massachusetts with his first lap of qualifying. And that'll be an 18.001 for John Michael Chenette. Chenette hoping to run the full season and maybe even have some development drivers with his team as well. John Michael progressing, a little wiggle off of turn number 4 for JMS. And it's a 17.867, 17.867. Obviously top time so far. This next driver, a 6-time winner in the Smart Modified Tour. He is out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 2 years ago, he won the Bowman Gray Stadium NASCAR Modified Championship. He's in the Q104.1 KevinSaysYes.com iHeartRadio. Kevin Powell's Foothill Ford. That's a Troyer machine for the 04 of Brandon Ward. And Brandon Ward's first lap, 17.508, 17.508. Quickest on his first lap already here at Florence Motor Speedway, a track that he's got tons of experience at. That car kind of stopping in the corner and a four-wheel slide off of turn number 4. Just a little bit better on his second lap. 17.458 for Brandon Ward. Next car on the racetrack right now, a veteran competitor of the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. He's out of Reedy Creek, North Carolina in the Carolina Drilling Tutterow Racing Fury machine for the 21 of Jimmy Wallace. Wallace, a little bit slower pace coming off the corner. White flag in the air for Jimmy Wallace, his first time. 17.933. Got to pick it up just a little bit for Jimmy Wallace, a former top 10 finisher here just a few years ago in Smart Modified Tour competition. Checkered flag in the air. Jimmy Wallace will move up to second quick. 17.720 seconds. Now on the racetrack. Cannot believe this kid is racing with us. 14 years old for the driver of the 73 out of Galloway, New Jersey in the Jersey Shore Contracting Iron Revolution LBI Pest Control Machine for Paulie Hartwig III. Paulie made one career Smart Modified Tour start a few years ago at 12 years old. Now back. White flag in the air. One more lap to go for Paulie Hartwig, and quickest of all so far, 17.395 for Paulie Hartwig. Maybe it's the fact that he got a haircut here coming into this race, because that car is moving around this racetrack. Checkered flag qualifying concluded for Paulie Hartwig. His second lap just a little bit better. 17.375 to a 17.458. The difference between Paulie Hartwig III and Brandon Ward so far here in qualifying. Next car on the racetrack will be the number 79 machine. We mentioned clutch problems in practice. Had those warm-up laps to shake down that car prior to qualifying. This driver out of Long Island, New York in the EME Industrial Highmark Building Efficiency Sundrop Walkertown Mill and Rogers Farm Troyer for Hillbilly Motorsports. It's the 79 of Joey Brown. First lap on the racetrack for Joey. 17.655. 17.655 for Joey Braun. That car still having some difficulties with that clutch earlier here today. And he's going to remain third quick. A little bit better on his second lap. 17.521 for Joey Brown. Next car, this driver led laps last year on the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. In the number 27 machine, another one of those New Jersey speedsters. He's out of Jackson, New Jersey in the North American Construction Amazing Graphics DMAC Pool Scott Car Engineering LFR. For Justin Gumley, it's Blake Barney. Barney's first lap, good enough for third quick, 17.603 for the New Jersey racer, a winner at Wall Stadium in Belmore, New Jersey last year in modified competition. This worn-out racetrack is the only time Barney was telling me here today that he actually puts the pedal to the floor. Barney will remain third quick, 17.576, the quickest lap of record for the 27 of Blake Barney. Now on the racetrack, the number 63 out of Archdale, North Carolina, in the Louder Construction Carolina Steel Incorporated PSR machine for Josh Louder. Louder, a phenom in crate modified racing. Now trying to test the waters, planning on about 7 of these Smart Modified Tour shows in 2025. Louder, third quick. Seems to be the magic number, third quick on the first lap for all these competitors. 17.525. Can he pick it up? Coming off of turn number 4. Nice and steady on the bottom. A little twitch coming off the corner. And Josh Louder will go to second quick. 17.390. Barely missing the 17.375 of Paulie Hartwig III. Here's one of 5 rookies planning to run for the Racing Electric title here today. This driver, a lineage of modified racing that he is following. He is out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina, in the Greg Butcher Trucking Bryson Brothers Aerial Solutions PSR for Slate Myers. Slate Myers, 4th generation racer out of the Myers family. Myers, first lap, 4th quick, 17.565 for the 16-year-old. Myers, a little wiggle, just like many others, coming off the corner for his final lap. Myers will remain 4th quick with a 17.564. The number 18 is now on the racetrack out of Lexington, North Carolina, in the Yates Grading and Paving PSR machine for Daniel Yates. Yates with a great finish to 2024, a couple of top 10 runs for the driver of this machine. Making his return to Florence Motor Speedway. Sideways coming off the corner is that 18 that lap. And Daniel Yates, because of that slideways condition, off of turn number 4, 17.840, 8th quick out of 9 cars on his first lap. Has not been here to Florence Motor Speedway in 3 years. Checkered flag for Daniel Yates, remains 8th quick, 17.840, his first lap, the best lap of qualifying for him. You talk about a family with history in modified racing, look no further than the driver of the 5CT out of Lisbon, Connecticut, and the Dolly's Collision and Custom CCP Incorporated LFR machine for Chris Pastriak. Charlie and Carl Pastriak made the Pastriak name famous in modified racing for so long at tracks like Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut, Thompson Speedway, and a whole lot more. Pastriak 6th quick on his first lap. Can he do better? And he does. Chris Pastriak goes to 2nd quick, 17.384, just 1/100th of a second off of the potential pole winning speed here today. This next driver, just 64 years young. He comes from the great state of Florida. Yes, plenty of sunshine there, just like it is here today. For the driver of the number 48 out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, in the A-Best Forklift Viper Graphics machine. It's a PSR car for Johnny K. Johnny Kievman. Johnny K, 9th quick, 17.821, his first lap. The 48. New numbers on the side of that race car. New scheme for Johnny K in 2025. Johnny K goes to 7th quick, 17.637 for the former late model hotshot out of Florida. Here is a former NASCAR Truck Series winner on the racetrack right now. Out of Miami Springs, Florida, in the Torch Eyewear Molecule Air Shock Drive Refine SRI Performance Bilstein Shocks Fury Machine, it's Joey Coulter. Coulter, a winner here in modified competition in 2020. Since then, it hasn't been the best fortune. He did finish at the top 5 in this event 1 year ago, hoping to qualify just a little bit better than he had at the end of last season, and he's already going to do it. 17.327, already on top of the board. And his best lap is lap number 1, but we have a new fast time setter here during qualifying for the Smart Modified Tour. It's Joey Coulter with a 17.327. One of those rookie players now on the racetrack. This driver, a second-generation race car driver. He is out of North Carolina in the number 40. For the PSR team, it is their house car with Bass Pro Shops on the outside of that car. 14-year-old Carter McMurray, son of Daytona 500 winner Jamie McMurray. Carter had tested this car just a couple of weeks ago, the 48th quick first lap, 17.588. Can he do just a little bit better on his second lap? No, he will remain 8th quick with a 17.588. He slowed down on that second lap, so the first one just a little bit quicker for Carter McMurray. Another rookie in this machine. Last year it was piloted by Brian Lofton. Now the number 15 is piloted out of an upstate New York driver. This driver out of Waverly, New York. In the K2 barbecue sauces, Ken Tibbles Roofing, Unique Coating, Steve's Tire and Automotive, Troyer. For Shady Grady Racing, it's Bryce Bailey. Bailey lined up 6 for this race last year. First lap on the racetrack for Bryce Bailey to the top of the board, 17.319. Sideways coming off the corner and to the checkered flag, but just a little bit quicker. 17.230 now the time to beat in qualifying, being set by the Shady Grady Racing car for Bryce Bailey. One of the fan favorites now on the racetrack. This driver from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, in the Citrasafe Grill Cleaners Peanut Patch Backyard Leisure Pool and Spas PSR. His wife, Kim, listed as the owner of this machine for 3-time Smart Modified Tour champion, the ace, Burt Myers. Burt Myers, 6 quick, 17.430. 17.430 for Burt Myers. Myers competed in the NASCAR Cup Series at Bowman Gray Stadium in the Clash just about a month ago. Coming off the corner, he loves Florence Motor Speedway. Into the checkered flag he goes. Burt Myers better on his first lap. So that's 17.430, the time of record for Myers. 6 quick for the driver of the number 1. A third-generation modified racer now on the racetrack out of Mooresville, North Carolina. For Tommy Baldwin Racing, this is a PSR machine for rookie Jack Baldwin. Baldwin, a student at App State University, hoping to get to victory lane this year on the Smart Modified Tour. First lap on the racetrack for Jack Baldwin. 14th quick, a little bit slower than we anticipated for this white 7NY machine. That time, 17.770. Baldwin driving with a broken ankle inside the cockpit of that race car. Jack Baldwin moves up to 8th quick, 17.474, but a lot of heavy hitters still to come in qualifying. A redraw will occur. It could be anywhere from 4 to 8 drivers redrawing for their starting spot in the qualifying redraw after this is done. A former Daytona 500 winner now on the racetrack out of South Bend, Indiana. In the Shitty Coolers, Finzer Rollers, Capital Automotive Group, Aggressive Hydraulics, Montrose Molders Corporation, PSR. With Randy Renfro leading this team, it's the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman. Newman completes his first lap of qualifying, and he's always good in qualifying. Newman, 10th quick, 17.537 for the Indiana driver. Former winner in the USAC ranks. He's won everything from trucks to Xfinity and in the Cup Series. And now Newman remains 10th quick. Trouble for that machine in qualifying here today. The number 10 with a best time of 17.537 on his first lap. This guy was one to watch in practice earlier today with a new team in 2025. Driving the number 99 for Jamie and Cheryl Tomeno. It is Jake the Snake Crum out of Statesville, North Carolina in the Mount Airy Toyota Troyer machine. And Jake Crum, first lap, pretty good. 17.335, good enough for third quick. Can he pick it up and unseat Bryce Bailey on the top of the board during Pace-O-Matic Pole Award qualifying for the Smart Modified Tour? And he just misses. Jake Crum in the 99, second quick. 17.262 for the veteran driver and former winner of the Valley Star Credit Union 300 at Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. Here's a driver from the midpoint on, really came into his own in the Smart Modified Tour in 2024. Driving the S&S Racing ride, he is out of Oxford, North Carolina in the Pace-O-Matic PSR. It's J-Cash, Jonathan Cash. And Cash, ninth quick, first lap. 17.474 for Jonathan Cash, former go-kart extraordinaire. Still works on a lot of those go-karts in some of the biggest races in the nation. Cash, a little sideways. That's going to hurt him in time. Can he do just a little bit better than ninth? He does not. 17.635, second time across the line. So the 4.74 will remain. He's ninth quick. He will be out of the redraw for good. The fastest man in practice earlier today here at Florence Motor Speedway. The final car to qualify here today in the 7VA out of Morrisville, North Carolina, and the Pace-O-Matic Stanley Law Group Mohawk Northeast PSR for S&S Racing. It's Luke Baldwin. Baldwin, second quick first lap. 17.250, 2/100ths of a second off the fast time so far. Can he get it done? Last year, he won more Pace-O-Matic Pole Awards than anybody else. And he just misses it. First lap is best for Luke Baldwin with a 17.250. So to be Bryce Bailey with the Pace-O-Matic Pole Award in qualifying for the Smart Modified Tour in the season opener here at Florence. 20 cars just qualified. We will go downstairs just momentarily for the qualifying redraw. We will talk to Bryce Bailey with Shady Grady Racing, winning the first pole of 2025 with a Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Luke Baldwin winds up second. Third is Jake Crum. Fourth, Joey Coulter. Good qualifying effort for that veteran racer. Paulie Hartwig, the third, will wind up fifth. Chris Pastriak is in that sixth spot. Josh Lauder in seventh, the crate modified standout. Burt Myers, three-time Smart Modified champion, in eighth. Rounding out the top 10, Brandon Ward, a six-time winner with the Smart Series, and Jonathan Cash in the 16 VA in that Pace-O-Matic car for Sadler Stanley Racing.